Welcome to Martinsville for the NASCAR Reno Sprint Race Series race. We have 25 laps on this half-mile track with Brian Logano starting on pole. There will be no cautions today, as we don't want a bunch of laps to be ticked off, as there is expected to be a handful of crashes. Yep, Brian Logano and Alan Mooch in the front row. Both Fords. Ford is still looking for their first win of the year, so they have prime position so far to win this race. As Alan Mooch gets wrecked right off the line. Pretty big crash, to be fair, and there goes Alan Mooch again. There's a handful of cars wrecking behind them. We want to remind you there are no cautions, so they will continue to race no matter what happens in the pack. The leaders have to avoid all these crashes. We got Ford still 1-2 as Nate Wines is now taking over second, but he just completely missed the corner. Luckily, he was able to kind of save her, but he got really loose, it looked like, going into the corner. We also got a Ford in fourth. Ford is looking primed to finally win a race. Win their first, second, and fourth. We got Chevys in third and fifth. Nate Wines is on a roll. He is catching Brian Logano a ton. This pass may not even last very long. So to the inside. Oh, he's just gonna wreck him, it looks like. To the inside. He tried to move him. Let's see. Will they make contact enough? Nate is so much faster right now. Nate's gonna take the lead. Tanner Campos has moved into third, and Ethan O'Connor has moved into fourth now, as Nate Wines continues to lead. We're already on lap 5 here. We're 1/5 of the way through. Very fast race. Speeds are almost at 100 miles per hour per lap. These cars are absolutely flying, but lap traffic will come into play pretty soon, especially if they're wrecking a ton. We don't know what's going on in the back. We're not going to look at the back because we don't have much time to look at the replays. Because you never know what's going to happen up front. As you see the 6th car now, he is only a few car lengths in front of his own teammate, Nate Wines. There's a crash up top. That's the 48 and 14 up top. Looks like they may have gotten into a little bit of a kerfuffle. There's the 21. Looks like he's had a rough day too. Nate's making some interesting moves, especially for the leader. Tried to go 3 wide there. Hey, he's making the passes. He's keeping his car clean. I guess I can't complain too much. There's another wreck up on the track. The 99 is now sliding back into traffic, but looks like everyone somewhat avoided him there. Another 2 cars are side by side. Nate's gonna push James Omaki. And he's gonna go 3 wide through the middle. What a daring move by Nate Wines. These are with lap cars too. This isn't it with the leader. 3 wide through the middle. That was a bold move by Nate Wines. One mistake and his race is probably done. Laps continuing to tick off as we're already on lap 10 here in Martinsville. Only got about 15 to go now. Seems like Nate has a clear track for at least a few corners. Can't really see anything ahead of him right now. There's going to be someone at some point ahead of him, but nothing right now. Nate's in a very good spot. He's expanded his lead to almost 3 seconds over Brian Logano. I guess those aggressive moves paid off because they've really allowed him to build up a massive gap. Yeah, one more car coming up now. This is Demo Redneck, the next car on his list. It's number 4, Road Tree Machine. Ford is still running 1-2 right now. This is a big weekend so far for Ford. They really needed a week like this, a good race like this. And now, looks like he got pipped to the line by Tyler King. So now King's in second, but still Ford is 1-3. And for a manufacturer that has not won yet this year, running 1-3 is very important. They're starting to gain momentum as the season comes into the final leg. We're going to see the 6th car again. He's having a horrific race. But at the same time, yeah, we're seeing him for the second time. But there's some guys we haven't seen at all yet because they've just been on pit road the whole time. So we don't really know where he's running, but he's probably running like around 15th. There's definitely guys behind him further back. They spent a majority of this race on pit lane. Surprisingly for a car that's been at the back, the number 6, oh, never mind. I was gonna say the 6 looks pretty clean, but the right side is all bumped in. The 1 looks pretty clean too, but I don't know if we're just missing the angle. Like on the 6 looks fine except on that right door, and the right door is super beat up. The 1 looks really nice. The 1 and the 38 look very close to each other. They both look very clean. They don't look like they've been in some. Well, we know the 18 is. The 38 has not been in any major issues so far today, and the 1 looks like Gabe kind of stayed out of trouble as he goes way up the track. That may have been a bump and run right there as Nate Wines goes onto the grass to that corner. The lead's up to 5 seconds now. He has gotten moving. He's gonna move the 1 up the track. We're actually getting very close to the finish. There's only a handful of laps to go. Tanner Campos, he was up front earlier. He's one of the next guys that's going to get lapped here. Wonder what happened. He's going to go around Jacob Warrio, who flipped in the last race. Looks like his car is a lot cleaner than it was last race running first. There's a massive group of cars right in front of the leader. There's the 24, the 18, the 14. I see the 48 in there. 57. There's a ton of them. Nate's going to be pretty smart here, as he does have a 4.5 second lead. He does not need. He's just going to wreck him. Just wrecked Tanner Campos. Surprised no big crashes. Looks like Brian Logano got on the wall there, but to be considered, that could have ended a lot worse for Brian and Nate and everyone behind him. But we're really getting to the finish here. Only 4 to go now. Three to go. Looks like Nate Wines has no one to see elsewhere. His race looks clean to the finish at this point. There is a few cars pretty far ahead though. There's only 2 to go. He may catch him. I wouldn't, unless they wreck ahead of him. I wouldn't bank on him catching that group. He could, but I wouldn't bet on it. The 48 is very slow. He's been slow all year. He actually's going to get a shot at him at least, I think. So they come to 1 lap to go. The white flag is out here in Martinsville. He's going to follow the 48. There's Alan Mooch, the 83, and there's a big crash. 83. Oh, and the 14s are around. They just all wrecked each other here. But it's not going to be enough. Ford is finally going to win. Nate Wines is going to win, as they all win in Martinsville. Got a handful more cars coming across the track. There goes Tyler King, 2nd place. Ethan O'Connor got 3rd. So you can see more cars flying across the start-finish line. Comes a photo finish almost between the 16 and 8. The 16 got the 8 for 9th. Good run by Toby Smith, though, still getting 10th, but big congratulations to Nate Wines on his first win this season and his first career win. Looks like he really banged up that outside door. I don't know when he would have banged it, but it looked like it was fine leading the race. Must have hit something at some point. After we lost him to go look at the start-finish line. But that door does look pretty beat up. It's not going to stop him, though, from celebrating his first win of the year. I know he's really been wanting this win. He was part of the big crash at Kentucky. He was deemed at fault for that crash. I know that was kind of difficult for him because it was just a tough situation because he didn't feel like he was at fault because he did get turned. But the officials said it was his fault and put him on probation for a few weeks. But he's off of probation now, as he had no issues over those few races. And now he's a winner First guy to bring Ford to victory lane this season. To be a proud man. Got his team there before Brian Logano did in the 22 team, and before any of the Cyberstorm cars were able to get there. Nate Wines there to bring Wines Racing to the top. And so you got Nate Wines with the winner. You got Tyler King, Ethan O'Connor, Brian Logano, and Tree Leclerc ended up actually getting 5th. It's a good run for him. You see Chase George, he finished 20th. We saw him about 12 times, but there were more guys that just had even rougher races than he did. You can see who had tougher races than he did. James Omaki too, what a rough race for him. He kept on getting lapped over and over again, it felt like. But I hope to see you next time.